Welcome, I'm Moshe Popack, and today I want to dive into something that's been on my mind, and probably yours too, artificial intelligence, AI. It feels like everywhere you turn, people are talking about AI. Investors, entrepreneurs, companies, governments, it's like the buzzword of the decade. And the amount of money being poured into this space, it's staggering. We're talking billions, even trillions of dollars worldwide. Now, I want to step back and compare what's happening right now with AI to something many of you might remember, the dot-com bubble of the late 90s and early 2000s. Because in so many ways, history feels like it's repeating itself. Back then, the internet was the shiny new frontier. Everyone said, this is going to change the world. And they were right. It did. But in the process, trillions of dollars got thrown into startups with big ideas, slick presentations, and very little execution. Sound familiar? It was like a gold rush. People were just throwing money at anything with a .com attached to it. And on paper, all those business plans looked amazing. The numbers looked great. The profits projected sky high. But here's the truth. Less than 1% of those original business plans ever played out the way they were written. And when the bubble finally burst, nearly $5 trillion in market value was wiped out. $5 trillion. Only a handful of survivors. Companies like Amazon, eBay, Google actually made it through and built something lasting. Now fast forward to today. AI is that shiny new frontier. Companies from massive tech giants to tiny startups are racing to plant their flag. Valuations are sky high. You've got companies trading at hundreds of times earnings just because they say the magic word AI. Investors pile in, the stock pops, and suddenly everyone feels like they're going to get rich. But here's the kicker. Most of these companies haven't figured out how to truly monetize AI. They're not making profits. Some don't even have clear business models, and yet the money keeps pouring in. It reminds me of a casino. You've got people throwing chips on the table, hoping to hit it big, but the odds are brutal. And that's why I say investing in AI right now, for the most people, is a lot like casino investing. There will be winners, sure, just like Amazon came out of the dot-com crash, but there are going to be way more losers. A lot of these AI companies in 2, 3, 5 years won't even exist. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-AI. In fact, I believe AI will change the world. It already is. But just like the internet, the shakeout has to happen first. The froth has to settle. The companies with real execution, with real products, with real revenue models, those are the ones that will stand the test of time. So what does that mean for us? For the everyday investor, entrepreneur, or just someone trying to make sense of this whirlwind, here are a few thoughts. First, diversification. Don't put all your eggs in the AI basket. Maximum, maybe 10% of your portfolio should be in what I call casino investing. The high risk, high reward stuff like AI startups, crypto, meme coins. The rest, keep it steady. Strong companies, strong fundamentals. Second, focus on utility. When you're looking at an AI company, or really any company, ask yourself, does this solve a real problem? Does this make life easier, faster, better? Because hype fades, but utility lasts. And third, patience. Remember, it took Amazon more than a decade to become the Amazon we know today. Same with Google. The real winners in AI might not reveal themselves for years. So don't get caught up in the daily headlines, the hype cycles, the crazy valuations. Take the long view. At the end of the day, history doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it does rhyme. The dot-com bubble taught us that not every shiny new thing will survive, but the ones that do, they'll reshape the world. So my encouragement to you, stay positive, stay curious, but stay grounded. Don't let fear or FOMO drive your decisions. And remember, when it's AI, the internet, or whatever the next big thing is, the fundamentals of smart investing and smart living never change. Thanks for spending time with me today. If this episode gave you something to think about, share it with a friend. Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, let's focus on what unites us and not what divides us. I'll see you next time.